100% of the spending from today through the next 30 years, 100%, according to CBO, if anyone's ever read the CBO reports. Medicare and its interest for its shortfall. Remember, its cash shortfall is, I think, 88 trillion over those 30 years. Social Security, if we choose to backfill it in 9 years when the trust fund's gone. So it's functionally health care, and if we choose to backfill Social Security. So Medicare, health care, is the primary driver. It's 70+% of 70 so of all future borrowing. So the brain trust here, we will come behind these microphones and we talk about financing it. Obamacare is a finance. The ACA is a financing bill. Who gets subsidized and who has to pay? Let's be honest, our Republican alternative was a financing bill. It's who got to pay and who got subsidized. And Medicare for All is a financing bill. None of it is about the adoption of technology that makes people healthier. I've come behind this microphone a handful of times this year and showed the data from the Joint Economic Committee Republican report. Go to chapter 3. And we did something very difficult, and they worked very hard. I vetted this for weeks. We did the thing we hate to talk about, but it's amazing, the numbers. We talked about diabetes and obesity in America. What would happen if I could come to you right now and say the most powerful thing you could do to roll down U.S. sovereign debt is take on obesity in America? The morality. It's also one of the most powerful things you could do for income inequality, for my tribal populations, for the rural poor, for the urban poor. We actually have some other crazy data talking about the labor force participation that would go up, family formation. Is that Republican or Democrat? It's just moral. And it's a solution. It was a few $1 trillion over the 10 years. It's the single most powerful thing you could do. How many people have you had come behind these microphones and want to talk about we need to help our brothers and sisters live? We are about to have a 5th year of life expectancy falling in America. Our brothers and sisters are dying. And you look at the data, drugs are right up there. Obesity, even higher. Is it just because you're going to get nasty people saying horrible things about you on social media? Well, screw them. The morality is on our side. It's great economics. It's also the right thing to do. And it's really hard around here. So let's actually talk about one of the other things. If I get one more leftist, well, you guys supported tax reform. Okay, single biggest movement in closing income inequality, single biggest movement in raising wages without raising inflation because it allocated money. Taxes, smartly designed taxes, reform actually puts the money where it gets the greatest amount of productivity growth. Remember your high school economics class.
This is an important update. Top economists and analysts are already making predictions for the next cost of living adjustment. Many are saying that Social Security recipients will not be receiving very good news. This could mean a big reduction in monthly benefit payouts. So friends, I'll be going over what you need to know. Please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, in a video later today, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, do make sure that you click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. Senior citizens across the United States are expected to receive a smaller annual cost of living adjustment increase, dropping by almost 2%. This is forecasted by the Senior Citizens League. The prediction is based on the January Consumer Price Index report released on Tuesday. The Senior Citizens League anticipates the 2025 COLA to only be 1.75%. If this change occurs, it will impact all individuals receiving benefits from the SSA, which handles pensions and other benefits. COLA is the annual increase in Social Security benefits which are tied to inflation, determined by the percentage increase in the CPIW. The January CPIW recorded a 2.9% increase. The 2025 COLA rate would be based on the average inflation rate during the third quarter of 2024. According to Newsweek, the latest prediction contrasts with the Congressional Budget Office forecast of a 2.5% COLA. The Senior Citizens League attributes the difference to varying methods, but does emphasize the expectation of lower inflation rates in 2025. So although the official rate for 2025 is not yet announced, Mary Johnson, the Social Security and Medicare policy analyst, highlights the potential for fluctuations in future predictions based on evolving CPI data over the coming months. Compared to recent years, the current projections fall considerably short. In 2023, due to high inflation, COLA increased by 8.7%, which is the largest hike in 40 years. For 2024, COLA is set at 3.2%, resulting in an estimated average monthly retirement benefit increase of $59. While the 2023 increase was welcomed by Social Security recipients facing rising living costs, some were pushed into higher tax brackets if they had additional income. Newsweek has noted that individuals with only Social Security benefits as their income are typically not required to file a tax return, avoiding taxes on their benefits. According to Yahoo News, investors and consumers are eager to know when the Federal Reserve will cut interest rates, given the recent surge in mortgage and credit card rates following 2 years of rate hikes. However, a recent inflation report suggests that the wait might be longer than expected. But even before this inflation data, the Federal Reserve had hinted at a cautious approach. Fed Chair Jerome Powell emphasized the need for confidence in declining inflation before considering a rate cut. The Fed started raising rates in March 2022 to tackle high inflation. While these hikes helped reduce the annual inflation rate from 9.1% in June 2022 to 3.1% in January, the latest figure was higher than anticipated and still above the Fed's 2% target rate. The Fed is now exercising caution to avoid worsening inflation by cutting rates prematurely. The challenge is evident in January's inflation data, making deep rate cuts less likely in the near future. Economists have adjusted their forecasts after the recent inflation report, pushing back expectations for the first rate cut to later in March 2024. The likelihood of a cut at the March and May meetings has now decreased significantly, with the June 12th meeting considered a more probable timeline. The delay in rate cuts has impacted the stock market, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average falling 1.4% on Tuesday. Investors had anticipated rate cuts, which could benefit businesses and encourage consumer spending. However, this delay means that borrowers may not see immediate relief in loan terms. Auto loans, credit card rates, and other credit products tied to the Fed's benchmark rate are likely to remain stable. Mortgage rates, which are influenced by the 10-year Treasury yield, and economic indicators, may also experience some increase due to unexpected inflation growth. Despite short-term fluctuations, experts predict that mortgage rates will likely settle around 6% by the end of this year. Investors and borrowers are advised to adjust their expectations given the revised timeline for rate cuts. That is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Thank you so much for being part of this community. Every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway friends, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos. and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you, and have a wonderful and very blessed week.